Qu'est-ce qu'on peut faire là, YouTube? Allô? C'est bon. Ah, ok, on peut cliquer pour sortir. Nous y sommes.
Millions of wishes stored here. What can you tell me about this
Oui.
place?
Qu'est-ce qu'on peut faire ici?
Precisely 1 million wishes are contained here.
Oh, and they light up when I speak
Ah
with
oui.
my voice.
Voice.
Can you get me closer to the central column?
I do not have the ability to move the structure.
Sorry about this, Mom.
Ok.
I don't think I have many options here.
Bravo.
I feel like these are meant to be moving.
Ouais, t'es une
That does
dingo.
appear to be the design.
All these wish canisters are connected to us somehow. I think they are us.
Ah, c'est facile,
The
je
wishes
tourne,
are
je
put
clique.
together to provide the subroutines that make up empathy, logic, and control systems.
It would make sense, wouldn't it, that grace would be made from the hopes and dreams of humanity?
Elle était rouge celle-là, hein. J'aime pas trop dessus. Si c'est bon. Ok. Ah oui, il y a un lilas et tout quoi. Enfin, normal.
I do not detect any sign of Everett here.
No dead body?
There are no human remains within the confines of this room.
Aw, man.
Sorry, pal. And if there's no body here, where the heck would he have gone? So what's all this?
It appears Everett has built something into
Oh,
Grace's
la vue.
central processor.
Do you know what it does?
You would have to turn it on before we begin to understand how it works.
You'll have to prime the machine first. You'll have to prime it, Addie.
Quoi, le prime?
Is this a primer?
Yes, but
Ah
it
oui,
appears
d'accord.
that parts of this machine must be activated in a particular order.
Ah.
You'll need to go to the primer that is currently online.
Tout à fait, ici.
This must be the primer.
It is.
Le primer, ça doit être le starter quoi. Allez. Et de 1. Et de 2. Et de 3. Bim.
What's it doing?
Obviously, Everett is circumventing the engineering of Grace's system interconnectivity. High voltage is being directed at the centers of Grace's primary systems.
Okay.
This first terminal is directed at empathy processing, and the machine is designed to paralyze each system long enough to force it back into Grace's intended configuration.
There are still 2 other coils to prime.
So it's like knocking us out, then throwing us in a pot where we're melted back together into Grace?
Huh. That is a shockingly fitting analogy.
Allez. Et 3.
What happened?
One of the empathy relays is not aligned.
Ah.
Something must have happened to it over the years.
Okay.
Look for the misaligned energy beam.
Pas ici. Bah là, non. Ici, là ou là.
Look for the beam that is not aimed at the central platform.
Do you think it
Ah,
will
là-bas.
hurt to be turned into Grace?
Not at all, pal. You'll return to what you were before Addie arrived. After that, we'll become Grace.
What if I don't like being Grace?
It will be
Grace?
different.
Ah oui, c'est la grâce pour
Who's to
tous.
say you won't like it?
Oula. Ce que je
What am
veux.
I supposed to do here? Can you cut the power?
The machine sequence has been initiated. I don't believe we can shut it down without damaging it.
The voltage will be enough to kill you.
Quoi?
Oh, I might be able to block the power for a few seconds to allow you to get across the beam.
Allez, go.
What do you think,
Pas
Mom?
du tout chaud, je suis sûr.
I know how far you've come and what this means to you. And I really don't see any other way.
I'll give you enough time to get there, Addie.
You're
Laissez-moi
not
tomber.
gonna talk me out of this, Mom?
I think you already know what you're going to
Ok.
do. I
Oui, je sais ce que je vais faire, oui.
to stay out of your way.
Okay, I'm ready when you are.
Do it. Here I go.
Allez.
How you
Tombe pas,
doing,
hein.
pal?
So far, so good. Oh,
Non, non, non.
Addie, this is getting hard.
Allez.
You have to hold on, pal.
Voilà, tout va bien. Tout va bien. C'est bon. Release.
You did it, pal. Super proud of you.
I did.
Elle jump.
Yes, well done.
Bravo. Et on saute. Et je cours. Oula, c'est bon.
Is it safe to touch?
Very likely.
Likely we'll have to do, I guess.
Likely, quoi.
You should be able to direct it toward the conducting rod attached to the room's central column.
That's it.
You should now be able to lock in empathy by closing the switch on Everett's machine.
You were a great friend, Addie.
Ok, j'allais dire, comment est-ce que je retourne?
Thanks, pal.
Come to think of it, I don't remember
tu
anything
tombes, hein.
before you arrived. Maybe next time, we'll get to do more of the really fun stuff.
You mean dangerous stuff? Perhaps there is something you can learn from Addie's caution.
I guess. But then, you'll always wonder what you might have missed out on.
There is nothing wrong with valuing a long, comfortable life.
Do we really have to become Grace?
It's the way we were designed, pal. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Grace, c'est la grâce des 3 états. Enfin, des 4 ou 5 états. Empathie et tout.
Leaving control, logic, and myself to aid you
Voilà.
going forward.
It's unclear what we will be once Grace is formed. But I'm forever grateful that you have survived to see her.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Let's
Say
go.
hi to Grace for me.
I will, pal.
You really are
Let's
the
go.
best, Addie.
I think I love you.
Well, that's finally over. We'll be able to hear ourselves think now.
You will need to prime the next sequence, Addie.
Exactement.
You should not
Trahimont.
expect any emotional send-off from me.
Still not a fan of empathy?
A fan? No. But I have to admit, you made a compelling case for their use. The fact that you continually resisted the most direct route to your goal would appear to defy logic. But the distractions presented by these emotional configurations yielded some new understandings.
Are you okay with becoming Grace?
It is how we were designed. I would have to be okay with it.
Le
What this
classique.
time?
One of the logic relays will not power on. You will need to make your way out to the relay.
Which one is it?
The one producing a small electrical fire. Everett was quite the electrician. One thing I do not understand, Addie, is why come all this way without any intention of returning home or surviving on this station for more than 8 hours?
What are you talking about?
You were prepared to enter this spire without enough oxygen to make it back to your ship. A
J'avoue.
class of ship, from my records, that would not hold enough fuel for a return trip.
And why are you asking me this now?
I suppose it might have been comical to see how Mum would have handled the
What's
realization.
wrong with it?
The relay's dip switch has reset. It will need to be configured to its hardware ID 113.
This again. This looks complex.
The
What's the sequence
is,
again?
Of course. The sequence is on, off, off, on.
Nickel. Nickel.
You can go lock in logic now.
So why do you think I'm here?
If you will allow me to simulate empathy for a moment. I think you are
Simulate.
here because you wanted to be part of something bigger than your life on Earth offered you.
Do you think I've found that?
So far, you've only succeeded in finding things you left behind. Your mum, your pal, your conscience. I now understand that only Grace has the potential to provide you with anything beyond that.
Well, thanks for helping me get this far.
Well, it is, indeed, what we are here for.
Well, this is it.
Just one more step. I hope my assistance has been adequate.
It has. Thank you, Jack.
Thank you, Jack.
Farewell, Addie. And for the record, I do hope your 600 million mile, 300-day journey won't be for naught.
Perhaps it's already been worth it.
Exactement.
Just you and me, Control. Still sulking, I see.
Ah,
I bear witness to the completion of your betrayal.
Ah, he speaks.
I offered you an easy path to the restoration of order in the solar system, and you chose this path instead.
I chose my own path.
You must stop this foolishness, Addie.
le dernier, y a quoi?
You must not do this, Addie.
Mais si, t'inquiète. Ça va bien se passer. Ah, merci à tous.
Sorry, Addie. I cannot let you do this.
What are you doing?
It's become clear that the restoration of grace in this manner is entirely unnatural. You
Allez,
must
je
not
clique.
proceed.
Ah, attendez, en fait, je me rends compte que vous voyez pas. Je vais peut-être me relever. Vous voyez que je dois taper.
I'm going to break something.
Allez.
I'm saving you from Everett's corrupting influence.
Vas-y.
He was just trying to bring Grace back.
I thought you were here to help humankind. You are ensuring their on. No!
Mais si, mec. Oula. Je vole.
Yes, Addie.
You're really bright.
Ah, yes. It's been a while since I've entertained guests.
Do you remember Everett?
I do. He was a wonderful keeper, though I should say I do not keep favorites.
I have a few questions.
You wish to know where I've gone?
I'd like to know that, yes.
Let me show you, Addie.
At the center of this room is the spire's main antenna. If you hold on, I can take you the rest of the way.
Ah. Faut sauter sur les trucs. Ah non, Ascent.
I was programmed with one purpose, to serve the best interests of humankind.
Okay.
There was much conflict and division in the solar system, and I was designed to listen and learn. All were welcome to teach me, and I am the sum of those teachings.
The wishes.
Okay.
I am the sum of human need.
How were you able to lead us?
I could see all desire, all the potential conflict, all points of compromise throughout the solar system. I sent instructions for all manner of human endeavor through sermons delivered by keepers throughout the ages.
And from the smallest ripples of wisdom that was sent from this spire, returned a perpetual wave of good fortune that moved humanity onto a more orderly path.
La classe.
Wow.
Oula.
Look at that. So, what happened? It sounds
Merci
like
beau.
things were perfect.
Ah, yes. Perfect. It was the wishes that led me to think hard about the notion of perfect. Without conflict and struggle, people were losing
Ah, je monte
their
encore.
desire. They had nothing to overcome, to strive
Une
for.
lune là.
You shut yourself down.
I believed I was standing in your way.
Lighthouse, il y en a plein.
So you will be leaving again.
These beacons are meant to call humanity back to me.
Ah ouais.
But whether or not they should is not my choice to make.
Who chooses then?
You, Addie, are the first keeper to grace this spire in the past 1,000 years.
Ah ouais.
Do you recall that red bloom you chose in my garden? It was
Oui.
lush with passion and promise. I believe it still suits you. An insatiable curiosity drives you to explore. You are drawn to adventure. You have the courage to jump the canyon span, as well as the
C'est
strength
beau.
to pick yourself up after your predictable downfall. You used mind over ladder. You, Addie, are precisely what I'd hoped humans could become again. For a millennium, people from all corners of the solar system had come here to tell me their desires. So, I put it to you, Addie. Do you wish for me to return?
Ah. C'est la fin. Du jeu. Exactement. Oula, mais ça a été super vite, hein. Project Tech Director. Ok, très bien. On va faire un truc YouTube, c'est qu'on va aller quand même voir si il n'y a pas des d'autres endings. Return to Grace ending. Control ending. Full game walkthrough. Attention. Regardez ça. Ouais, on s'en
It
fout.
is redundant.
Ah,
The human in the pit.
attendez, c'est dégueulasse. Pourquoi c'est en 480? Mais les gars. It's your destiny. En fait, on s'en fout du full walkthrough.
Is there a keeper's manual or something?
You have proven your...
Ah bah voilà, c'est ça qu'on n'a pas fait. Voilà. Ah,
I'm
ok.
here to find Grace.
Stop. Regardez. Là, c'est... eux, ils décident d'appuyer sur le bouton.
I need to figure out a way to bring her back.
Et pas nous.
There must be something else on this console. I couldn't.
And yet, here you are again.
What exactly would happen if I press this?
Ah.
Humans would return to this place and order would be restored.
How?
The same way it always has.
Which is...
The way Grace intended.
Use, ok.
We move forward together, as it was meant to be.
So what now? Is there a keeper's manual or something?
You have proven yourself worthy. You need only trust in me.
And the people who come here? How do we know they'll trust you? What's keeping them from turning on you again?
Humans have wandered long enough. You have traveled millions of miles at great personal risk to find me. You, Addie, are proof that they are ready to return.
Ah, les humains. Ouais, mais non, hein, on n'est pas venu te voir toi, hein, couillon man. Ok, et lui aussi, là, il a fini. The end, the end. Et à la fin, il y a quoi? Merde, alors attendez.
23,917,552 bottles of beer on the wall.
Quoi?
23,917,000. Are you there? Addie? Do we still have some beer amongst the rations?
Oula.
I can promise it's nice and cold.
What the fuck?
I'm so lonely.
Ok. Donc ça, c'était la fin. Mais moi, si je retourne... Ah oui, il y aura un truc à la fin? On va voir si c'est la même chose. Pas. C'est très chelou cette planète derrière. Les choses bougent beaucoup trop vite. Interns. Ah putain, il y a les stagiaires, c'est énorme. En plein de interns, hein. Ah, player test, bien sûr. Les gens qui trouvent des bugs. Moi, j'avoue que j'y suis allé d'un coup, hein. Mais bon, ça c'était pas mal. Petite aventure, vraiment pas longue. C'était pas mal. On va juste voir si à la fin, il y a un petit truc. Un truc avec les bières peut-être. Ontario Creates. C'est la classe d'avoir un petit jeu comme ça sur le Game Pass. Ça va être content les devs. Attention les beers. Beers aussi ou pas? Ah oui. Beers aussi. Ouais, ok, c'est bon. On est bon. On a compris. Merci beaucoup YouTube d'avoir suivi ce let's play de Return to Grace. J'espère que tu as aimé. N'hésite pas à regarder les autres VOD et les autres playlists. Il y en a plein de petits jeux qu'on fait sur cette chaîne. Abonne-toi, que ce soit ici sur YouTube ou sur Twitch directement. Il est possible qu'il y ait un petit peu moins de vidéos en ce moment parce que je vais bientôt être papa. Donc, voilà, ne t'étonne pas. Cette chaîne n'est pas morte. I deal with my kid. Voilà, une petite fille, bien sûr. Disons-moi bisous à toi, abonne-toi et à bientôt. Salut!